DDR1, the one that started it all. DDR1 launched in 2000. It stood for double data rate. Before this, computers used SDRAM. SDRAM was painfully slow. It could only send one piece of data at a time. DDR1 changed that. It sent data twice per clock cycle. Speeds ranged from 200 to 400 megahertz. It ran at 2.5 volts. Each stick maxed at 1 gigabyte. Back then, 256 megabytes meant your PC was a beast. Today, your phone has 8 gigabytes. DDR1 used 184 pins on desktops, 200 pins on laptops. You could spot it by the single notch in the center. It used a 2N prefetch buffer. That means it grabbed 2 chunks of data per clock cycle. But here's the problem. DDR1 consumed a lot of power. It produced a lot of heat. When RAM got too hot, computers crashed, and it got worse. DDR1 existed during Windows Millennium Edition, the worst, most unstable Windows version ever. So computers crashed from overheating RAM, and programs crashed from buggy Windows. It was a nightmare. A gigabyte of DDR1 cost $100 back then. Today, that buys you 16 gigabytes of DDR4. DDR2, faster on paper, slower in reality. DDR2 arrived in 2003. Voltage dropped to 1.8 volts. Pin count jumped to 240. The notch moved slightly off-center. This prevented you from jamming DDR2 into DDR1 slots. Speeds doubled, from 400 to 1066 megahertz. Bandwidth hit 8.5 gigabytes per second. It used a 4N prefetch buffer, 4 chunks per cycle instead of 2. Sounds perfect, right? Wrong. DDR2 had higher latency than DDR1. It was faster on paper, but sometimes slower in real use. Think of it like this. DDR1 was a small truck that started moving instantly. DDR2 was a bigger truck that took longer to get going. For quick tasks, DDR1 sometimes won. For heavy loads, DDR2 crushed it. Capacities hit 4 gigabytes per stick. It powered Intel Core 2 Duo systems and early AMD Phenom builds. More efficient than DDR1, but that latency issue held it back. DDR3, the legend that defined a decade. DDR3 came out in 2007. It ran at 1.5 volts, or 1.35 volts for low-power versions, kept 240 pins, but shifted the notch again. Speeds ranged from 800 to 2,133 megahertz. Bandwidth passed 17 gigabytes per second. It used an 8N prefetch buffer, 8 chunks per cycle. If you built a gaming PC from 2008 to 2015, you used DDR3. This was the era of Minecraft, Skyrim, and League of Legends. But here's what made DDR3 legendary. Dual-channel technology. With dual-channel, 2 RAM sticks move data way faster than one. This was crucial for integrated graphics. Unlike dedicated GPUs with their own VRAM, integrated graphics use system RAM. Dual-channel improved visual smoothness. It gave higher FPS when gaming with integrated graphics. Pro tip: always use RAM sticks with the same speed and brand. Mix different speeds, everything runs at the lowest speed. Mix different brands, you risk random errors and crashes. DDR3 powered Intel's legendary CPUs, the Core i5-2500K and i7-3770K. So, good people still refuse to upgrade. Each stick supported up to 16 gigabytes. Even today, DDR3 handles 1080p gaming and basic editing. But for 4K work or modern GPUs, it becomes the bottleneck. DDR3 isn't slow. Modern software is just too heavy. DDR4, the current king. DDR4 launched in 2014, but nobody cared at first. Why? DDR3 was still fast enough. Early DDR4 was expensive, barely faster, and it required new motherboards. Gamers ignored it. Then something changed. AMD launched Ryzen in 2017. Ryzen CPUs were hungry for fast memory. The faster your DDR4, the better your performance. That's when DDR4 went from meh to must-have. Voltage dropped to 1.2 volts. Pin count jumped to 288. The notch shifted to prevent DDR3 mix-ups. Speed started at 2,133 megahertz, then 3,200, then 3,600. Enthusiasts pushed it beyond 4,000 megahertz. Bandwidth exceeded 25 gigabytes per second. DDR4 brought bank groups. That means parallel processing. It added CRC error checking, better stability. This wasn't just faster RAM, it was smarter RAM. Let's talk standards. 8 gigabytes is the minimum for everyday tasks. but not recommended anymore. Why? Programs like Chrome consume tons of RAM. You can only open 2 or 3 programs max. 16 gigabytes is ideal for multitasking. It's also what ADA games and video editing require. 32 gigabytes is for heavy work, programming, engineering, or streaming while gaming. Does more RAM always mean better performance? Yes, but only up to a limit. Example, a game needs 12 gigabytes. Play with 8 gigabytes, lower FPS. Play with 12 gigabytes, smooth. Play with 16 gigabytes, almost no FPS increase. The system already has enough. Today, DDR4 is still the sweet spot. 16 gigabyte kits cost $40 to $60. 32 gigabyte kits around $80 to $100. DDR5. The future is here. DDR5 arrived in 2021, built for next-gen gaming, AI, and 4K content creation. Voltage dropped to 1.1 volts. Kept 288 pins, but moved the notch again. Base speeds start at 4,800 MHz. High-end kits now hit 9,600 MHz and beyond. Bandwidth exceeds 38 gigabytes per second, almost double DDR4. DDR5 introduced dual subchannels. Each module handles multiple data streams at once. It has on-die ECC. That's error correction built into the chip. It finds and fixes small data mistakes automatically. This prevents random errors during long workloads. It also has power management, ICS built directly on the stick, smarter and more stable under heavy load. Capacities are massive. Consumer sticks go up to 128 gigabytes. Server modules hit 512 gigabytes. Real-world benefits? For gamers, DDR5 improves frame rates slightly in CPU-heavy titles. The real gains appear in video editing, 3D rendering, and AI workloads. The downside? Price. 16 gigabyte kits start around $80 to $120. High-speed kits can hit $200. Also, we're in an era of RAM shortages. AI data centers demand massive memory. Prices skyrocketed. Should you upgrade? Only if you're building new. DDR5 needs a new motherboard and CPU. Intel 12th Gen or newer. AMD Ryzen 7000 or newer. Otherwise, DDR4 isn't a crime. Your wallet will thank you. 5 myths that waste your money. Myth 1. Higher megahertz always equals better. Wrong. Beyond a point, latency matters more than raw speed. Myth 2. You can mix different RAM speeds. Technically, yes, but all sticks run at the slowest speed. It's like a relay race with someone wearing flip-flops. Myth 3. RGB makes it faster. Nope. 0 extra FPS, but 100% more glow. Myth 4. DDR4 works on DDR5 boards. Wrong. Pin layout and voltage differ completely. Myth 5. More RAM always equals better, only up to a point. 16 gigabytes for gaming, 32 gigabytes for creators. Beyond that is bragging rights, unless you're running servers. Every DDR generation explained. If this helped, hit subscribe. TechBit Explained drops tech videos weekly. Next up, SSDs, M.2, NVMe, PCIe, all the confusing types. Comment below, what RAM are you using right now? Watch the SSD video next.